and feel that.
Well, that's the idea. If you wanted to feel it, you could do it at home. He could use his pliers in the garage.
Which would not be
tie you down.
Fun.
No, it wouldn't be fun, that's for sure. It would not be fun. Okay, you just relax. We'll get this thing out of there.
Can you see it with the video?
Kind of.
We'll hold it up there.
Well, we'll give you as good a shot as I can give you anyway. I'll give you as good a shot as I can give you. It'll be an educational video here.
Minor toe surgery?
Yeah, just little nothing stuff, but we'll get that edge out of there nice.
It clears
This
up
is just a little like a chisel blade. And I can just split the nail down really nice if you use it properly. And this is just a blunt instrument. It's called a freer, and it just can get the release, get everything to disconnect, sorta. And you'll see what's actually down in there and why it was hurting.
You're not gonna, and nobody's going to want to watch this, right? I'm going to get sick.
And then we'll get the actual piece of nail out of there. So it pops right out of there like that.
Remember, there was a kind of video on YouTube where they put up.
And there's the splinter. See the little splinter that you left? See that?
Eesh.
On the nail. So when you try to cut down, you can only get so far, but you leave that. So what happens is that grows out, it keeps digging in and digging in and digging in and causes the problem. So that's the piece that was down in, that was what was down in that groove. So it's a pretty good chunk considering. Looks like a lot more than what you might think.
It's a weird ring. Is that a new phone?
I've had it for a little while.
Haven't heard of.
Hello, this is Brian. Hi, Sharon.
Just about done here. And the beauty of this is it'll feel lots better really fast.
Yeah.
You know how the other one did.
Oh yeah.
How fast that one.
First one, that was the worst out of the three, because I waited so long. So.
Yeah, it doesn't pay to wait. I mean, this will heal faster. The sooner you catch it,
The better.
well, the faster, the less irritated the tissues, the faster it'll heal and all that stuff. Now, as this grows back, don't forget, if it starts to dig in, you have to think very seriously about having that edge removed so it never grows back.
Yeah.
If it keeps doing this, you don't need to do this once a year. You know?
Yeah.
There's no fun in that. So
Oh no.
you don't want to have to do that if you can avoid it, and you can avoid it quite easily if you have that permanent edge done if it's necessary.
Hopefully it'll just be a one-time thing.
You know, as it's growing back, it's going to take quite a while for it to grow back enough to where it's going to have the potential to give you trouble. Usually it'll take around 6 months or so before you're going to know whether or not it's going to dig in again and, you know, cause you trouble. So just kind of watch it as it goes. The first one was only a month ago. Almost 2 months ago, actually. It was the first week in December.
Feels like it was longer than that.
I was just telling them, if it starts to dig in again, any of these edges start to do it again, and usually it takes around 6 months from when you remove the edge of the nail,
Right.
or so, right in that neighborhood, 6, 7 months. If it starts to dig in again and give them trouble, that's nature's way of telling you kind of that nail grows abnormally and it's going to dig in again and keep giving them trouble. Then you want to think very seriously about having that edge removed so that it never grows back and just be done.
What do you do with that?
What do you mean?
How do you do that?
Well, you do the exact same procedure I just
Right.
did. You remove the part that you don't want to grow back anymore. And then you do an added step where you take a chemical and you apply it to the cells that grow that piece of nail so that that piece never grows back. Because by removing that piece of nail, I'm exposing those cells.
Right.
The cells that grow the other part of the nail aren't exposed because the nail's still there. So that way you can selectively kill off a section, and then that edge would never grow back.
Right.
And so it's done with a chemical.
Okay.
And it's no different from this procedure. It takes about maybe 35, 40 seconds longer than this procedure because you have to do the added step of the chemical. The biggest difference between this and the permanent procedure, so that the edge will never grow back, number one, you don't want to do the permanent procedure when it's infected. So you got to get the infection to clear up if there is one, and then do it. Number one. Number two, only takes a few minutes longer, a minute longer or so, perhaps at the most. Number three, same bandage, same soaking instructions exactly, no different. The difference, though, is where this will heal up in about 4 or 5 days or so. It'll be like it never happened, just like the other one did. This one, a permanent procedure where you do the chemical part, because you have that chemical burn, but it's going to be permanent, it usually takes about 3 weeks to heal. So during that time, you have to soak it for the 3 weeks instead of only 4 days or so.
Right. Okay.
So it takes a little longer to heal. It doesn't feel any different. What this feels like the day after it's done, the permanent doesn't feel any different. It's not more painful. You might think it would be, but it's not.
Right.
It just takes longer to treat it,
Okay.
to get it to heal up. But the beauty is, once it's healed up, that piece doesn't grow back,
Right.
and you don't have to do this once a year,
Okay.
which is certainly a good payoff for a couple extra weeks of soaking. So,
Right.
you know,
Okay.
but that's all there is to it.
Alrighty.
Do the soaks.